Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here today. Happy Friday. It's hard to believe it's Friday already. The week has gone by so fast. I hope everybody got to go to the demos yesterday. I really wanted to take the Doodlebug home with me and play with my kids with it, so it was really exciting to see. Anyway, my name is Kirky DeLong. I am the Assistant Director for Technology at the Jameel World Education Lab. JWEL is MIT's engine for global education innovation. We collaborate with our partners to transform the landscape of learning around the world. I have figured this out. Okay, so JWEL brings MIT strengths to our collaborations with educational innovators. We work with a diverse set of partners, universities, schools, NGOs, governments. We collaborate with global faculty. We want to co-design curriculums with them and practical innovations that change how they teach and how they interact with their communities. Our goal is to deliver a global impact and to transform learning for everybody. Okay. So as a lot of people have mentioned, right now we're sort of at a crossroads. We have this opportune moment to really change education. We have a worldwide demand for well-educated workers, but that means that the educational institutes have to adapt also. They have to be understanding what the market needs are. They need to be agile. They need to think about the research and how you implement new learning science that's coming out of it. They have to embrace disruptive technologies like Gen AI. They have to think about how you utilize the new global innovations that are out there. Things like virtual reality, things like micro-credentials and alternative pathways. It's a new ecosystem in learning, and universities and educational institutions really need to think about how they interact. We are also seeing a new generation of diverse learners. Those that are displaced. We're also seeing a large influx of non-traditional learners, and we need to be ready for them also. There we go. JWEL has three main focuses. As one of my colleagues say, it's the where, the who, and the what. So Campus for Catalysts, the where, really is about how can we make the most out of the spaces, the physical and the virtual spaces that connects the educational institutions to their communities, to the industries around them, and to our ecosystems. We think of campuses that serve as catalysts or hubs for new activities designed to make the most of pressing local needs and opportunities. This is to be ready for tomorrow's challenges. The who, the pathways for talent, looks at how educational institutions help people of all ages and circumstances find pathways to learning and opportunities that work for them. This is about on-ramping educational opportunities. This is about looking at different pathways to success. We are designing and testing and supporting bold new ideas to open doors to this disenfranchised, to all learners around the world. I'll talk more about Emerging Talent Program in another slide. The what is the architectures of learning. This is really how we can use the insights gained from research and practice to improve our learning experiences. How can we take the research, advance our understanding in how people learn, the different instructional approaches we use in the classroom, which educational technologies are really providing value and we're seeing improved outcomes with. JWEL in particular is looking at creating practical materials that inspire and equip educators to change how they teach. Okay. Cool. We have members all around the world. Currently we have 17 members. Between those 17 members, they reach more than 50,000 students. We interact with our members through projects, through in-person workshops, through webinars, but all of them come to JWEL to improve educational outcomes. Our members do a variety of different projects. A lot of them are curriculum related, So redesigning engineering curriculum in Colombia, looking at economics revision of their curriculum in Japan. But we also have groups like Dar es Salaam that's looking at administrative changes. Can they use visiting committees to improve the educational outcomes for their students and what they're doing? We have Saudi Arabia that's developing new models focused on employable skills for their students. I know I'm running out of time, so I'm going to skip through some of these. This year, we choose core themes every year. This year, we chose 2 core themes, generative AI in education, which is why everybody is here, and first-year experience. So this is when your students first arrive, what is the experience? What is the culture you are creating for them? And every year, the Emerging Talent Program does a migration summit. This year's migration summit was on hiring displaced workers. Okay. This year we did an J-WEL week was around AI for education. So we brought our members to MIT for a week. We did all sorts of fun stuff going to different labs, but they were here really to talk about what does it mean to be AI literate, not just for their students, for their administration, for their faculty. We looked at use cases on AI, different AI tools. We talked about the trade-offs on deploying them. We talked a lot about equity and access. And the last thing they did together, it was create a collaborative outline for a curriculum that we're continuing to work on that they could take back to their universities to really interact with their faculty and administration. I said I'd come back to emerging talent. So emerging talent is our global talent for displaced and historically marginalized communities. It is a 9-month certificate program. People apply to the program, they're selected. We chose about 100 students this year, the cohort 5. Of the 165 graduated, they were from 25 countries across the world, and 13 got into the MicroMasters program here at MIT. The certificate program focuses on 3 pillars. The first pillar is academic development. So there were 3 MIT courses that they had to go through and pass. The second was skills development. So this was asynchronous skills development modules followed by seminars and workshops, all focused on building their skills. The most important part was the experiential learning. All of the participants got internships and apprenticeships. They were all paid, which was amazing. And they actually got work experience that they could put on their resumes. In addition, from that work experience, they developed a project that was then presented as part of their graduation. In addition, the last piece of this is networking. So we do one-on-one mentorship. We also do virtual and, when possible, in-person networking opportunities. Attached to the Emerging Talent Program is the Migration Summit. As I mentioned, this year was about unlocking engaging talent pathways for dignified workers. It included 12 virtual webinars and 14 in-person events in 9 different countries. I'm going to skip that. One of the things that JWEL does for MIT is that we have 2 different grant programs. I'll start with the Digital Learning Lab grant program. That was a new initiative this year. We launched it in May. We have 4 grants out there, so I'll tell you more next year about how they did. The JWEL grants overall, this year we awarded 12 grants in 9 different, and I realize I used an acronym that you probably don't know, DLCI. Departments, labs, centers, and initiatives. It's an MIT acronym. MIT has an acronym for everything. Overall, in the last 5 years, we have given out more than $5 million and 113 grants to MIT faculty and researchers. I'm going to close with upcoming. We have a AI Innovators series. It's going to be a series of 4 webinars. The first one is with Cynthia Brazil, so we hope everybody will join us in a discussion with her around AI and what the future is. And I'm going to close with a quote. This quote is by Sanjay Sarma, who is currently the president of the Asia School of Business, but he used to be our boss. The world is going through massive changes. What we knew 5 years ago may not be as valuable today. The question is academia ready for it? Thank you.